Imagine a day that started just like any other but soon turned into an unexpected journey. Picture a boy, an everyday kid, living life in a world of routine and familiarity. He wakes up, brushes his teeth, and heads out to school. He laughs with friends, struggles with math problems, and dreams of the weekend. But this day takes a sudden turn. A field trip, a journey into a nearby forest, is announced. Our young adventurer, filled with an innocent curiosity, strays from his group, lured by the enchanting whispers of the wilderness. He explores deeper and deeper into the verdant maze, his heart pounding with exhilaration and fear. The once familiar surroundings give way to towering trees and shadowy undergrowth. The sounds of his classmates fade into the distance, replaced by the rustling leaves and the occasional call of an unseen bird. And just like that, he found himself lost in the vast, unending forest. The forest was not just any forest. It was a world of its own, full of secrets waiting to be discovered. An intricate tapestry of life, the forest was a symphony of sounds, a kaleidoscope of colors, and an exhibition of the most extraordinary creatures. In the heart of this wild expanse, our young protagonist found himself. Initially, the boy was consumed by a wave of fear. The forest, with its towering trees and dense undergrowth, was a far cry from the manicured lawns and concrete jungles he was accustomed to. The unfamiliar sounds of the forest's residents, the rustling of leaves in the wind, and the distant hoot of an owl were all new to him. But as the boy ventured deeper into the forest, fear gave way to curiosity. He began to see the forest in a new light. It was no longer a place of trepidation, but a realm of wonder. The boy marveled at the vibrant hues of the birds, the intricate designs on the wings of butterflies, and the soft rustle of leaves under his feet. He discovered hidden streams, their water clear and cool, and trees so tall, their tops seemed to touch the sky. The forest was teeming with life, each creature playing its part in the grand scheme of things. The chirping of the crickets, the buzzing of the bees, the chattering of the monkeys. It was a symphony that was both soothing and intriguing. He observed the ants, marching in a line with a discipline that would put an army to shame, and the squirrels, their bushy tails flicking as they scampered from branch to branch. As the boy explored, he saw things he had never seen before, heard sounds he had never heard, and felt emotions he had never experienced. He was in awe of the forest's beauty, its tranquility, its diversity, and its complexity. And then, as the sun began to set, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple, the forest began to transform. Shadows grew longer, the sounds became louder, and a sense of mystery filled the air. The boy felt a shift in the atmosphere, a change in the energy. He realized he was not alone. As night fell, the forest transformed, and the boy realized he was not alone. Night in the forest was a different story. It was a battleground where survival was the only victory. The once lively woods were now a symphony of shadows, and the boy found himself in the heart of it. But he was far from helpless. His courage was his shield and his wit his weapon. The forest's nocturnal life was a test of his bravery. The rustling leaves, the hooting owls, and the distant howls were like a symphony of the unknown that played on his fear. But he knew that fear was a mind game, and he refused to let it win. He focused on the familiar sounds, the ones that reminded him of home, the gentle breeze, the chirping crickets, the soft crackle of his makeshift fire. The darkness of the night was a maze he had to navigate. He relied on the glow of the moon, the stars as his compass, and the fireflies that danced around him. His memory became his map, recalling the paths he had taken, the landmarks he had passed. He marked his trails with broken twigs, creating his own constellation on the forest floor. The cold was an unwelcome visitor that he had to ward off. He used his resourcefulness to build a shelter, using fallen branches and dry leaves. He huddled next to his fire, the warmth a comforting presence against the chill. His survival instincts kicked in, reminding him of the importance of staying warm, of conserving energy. But the biggest challenge of all was the loneliness. The absence of human voices, of laughter, of companionship, was a stark reminder of his solitude. But he chose to see it differently. He saw it as a chance to prove his resilience, to demonstrate his strength. He knew that survival wasn't just about staying alive. It was about thriving, about making the most of the situation. With the break of dawn, the boy felt a surge of hope. He had survived the night. The forest, once a formidable opponent, was now a testament to his courage and determination. The night was over, but his journey was far from it. He was ready to face the new day, to continue his adventure, to conquer the forest. The morning sun brought with it a new perspective and a renewed determination. As the first rays of dawn pierced the thick canopy, the boy awoke, ready to face the day. He had survived the night, and now he had a mission, to find his way back home. His time in the forest had not been in vain. He had gathered clues, learned secrets whispered by the wind, and listened to the stories told by rustling leaves. He looked around, his eyes sharper now, more attuned to the forest's rhythm. He noticed how the moss clung to the north side of the trees, how the birds sang a little louder towards the east, how the river flowed in the direction of his home. He had become a part of the forest, and the forest had become a part of him. Each pebble, each leaf, each chirping bird was now a signpost guiding him back. With every step, the boy moved with purpose, not fear. He navigated through the dense undergrowth, climbed over fallen logs and crossed the bubbling brooks. He was no longer lost. He was on a journey, a quest of self-discovery and survival. As the sun climbed higher, the boy saw a familiar sight. It was the edge of the forest, the boundary between his world and the wilderness. His heart pounded with anticipation, relief, and a sense of accomplishment. And so the boy emerged from the forest, a story of survival etched in his heart. Every adventure has an end, but the lessons it teaches last a lifetime. In the heart of the forest, a boy found strength he never knew he had. He was tested, challenged, and pushed to his limits. But with every step, he grew. He learned to trust his instincts, to respect the wild, and to never give up. He didn't just survive, he thrived. And that's the tale of the boy who got lost but found himself in the forest. Until the next story, remember, every adventure holds a lesson.